Hi everyone, Senan this side, and in this video we are going to see how to delete a node in a linked list, and very specifically how to delete the node which is at the head of a linked list. So I want to separate smaller functions to make shorter videos. So let's get started. And if you're not following the videos, be sure to see how to insert an element in the linked list, because I would be using the same structure, same code format. So let's get started. I have divided the section into multiple files. So this is insertion at head, end, and at a particular position. So now what we are actually trying to do is insert or maybe delete at head, and it won't take any value, it won't return any value. And if you're seeing there are some dots below this, that is the way VS Code is telling me that I have not actually written the implementation. So let's write the implementation. I'll drag this to the right hand side so you are able to see. Okay, so we have to write deletion, right? So void delete at head, and it won't take anything. And now, just so you know, since I am including the header file and I'm not writing the implementation inside the class, so what I have to do is to give the scope resolution as discussed in the previous video as well, but this is the scope resolution operator, this is double colons. So I'm telling that this function is inside this linked list class. So because of that, this won't be having any issues anymore, because you see those dots are gone. Now what is the implementation? So as we discussed in the theory, first we need to check if the node or if the list exists or not. So the very first thing is you check if head is equal to null. In that case, there is nothing to delete, so you directly return. Otherwise, if we don't return after the statement, that means there is an element, and so there is a very good possibility of deleting that element. So let's say node star, right? This is the node structure. If you just take a look, so node star new head is what? If I delete the very first element, the new head would be the next element of the head, and we really don't care if that new element is actually null or not, because that won't matter. So new head is head next. Okay, so I get the new head of this new list after deletion, and what I do is now I have to delete the head. So delete. After that, I have this new node, and I should technically return this new node, the head of this new linked list. But since we are performing every operation in a class, so inside this class we would always be having this node star head, the access to this head. And since we are having the access to the head, what I have to do is, rather than returning the head, I need to update that head. So I have deleted this original head. Now after deleting, my new head is this new head, and done. So if you see, this is the code that we had to do. And in the end, it's a good practice to write return nothing in the end in a void function, because it's just good. You know that the function is actually ending here. Okay, so that was the function to delete at head. Now we have to check if this is actually doing the deletion. So I'll keep the implementation right here. I'll just go into the main CPP file, and what I would be inserting is what? Okay, so let's just insert all the elements from 0 to 9 in this list. And for the moment, let's just print it out to see that this implementation is actually working. So let's use the g++ main.cpp, and since we are just including the header file, I need to also include the implementation. So linkedlist.cpp. So this would give me the a.out file or a.exe file, and if I run a.exe, nothing happens. Why? Okay, so let's do that again. So there was some issue that I had manually changed the implementation in this, so that is why this was not working. So this is working right now. Now what I do is, after this ll, so ll.delete at head. Now if I do this, let's see what is the, let's do this a couple of times. If I delete the element multiple times, let's see the output. So again, I'll just compile this, and then I would run this. See, every time the initial element is being deleted. Let's do this a couple of times, more than 10 times, because there were 10 elements, right? And definitely I could have done this in a while loop or for loop. But anyways, let's try to see, and we would know that after 10th iteration, nothing would happen. It would not cause an error. So you see, so after deleting 9, you just see empty spaces, which are due to these print statements. So that's about deleting at head. So that's for this video, and I'll see you in the next video to understand how to delete at tail or at the end. Thanks for watching.